And welcome back to GP News Grand Prix News, your daily F1 news on the 11th of November, for the 11th of November at the very least, powered unofficially by the SEEDSTREAM app. And as you can see, Alpine's F1 Academy driver Abbie Pulling there, along with their Max Verstappen car. Yes, no, they're not gonna, Abbie's not going to Red Bull, but she is part of our first news story, and that's Alpine history maker details importance of the shock double podium in Brazil. So Abbie Pulling said, "I'm so happy for them to have achieved that. They push really hard. The people back at Enstone really deserve it. I think they've been needing this, and it will give them more motivation. But it also makes them feel like their hard work is paying off." That's really important. I just wish I was there. But yeah, it was really nice to see the team message some of the boys and girls that work there and congratulate them. It was a great achievement, and hopefully they continue in a positive trajectory, along with Abbie Pulling's positive trajectory of dominating the F1 Academy. Fingers crossed we see her in at least a Formula 1 practice session in the next 2 or 3 years. That'd be amazing, wouldn't it? So Ferrari forced into driver plan changes after the Bearman appearance in Brazil. Yeah, Ferrari must revise their rookie driver plans for the 2024 F1 season to complete their mandatory rookie FP1 sessions. Why? Well, Oliver Bearman, as talented as he is now ineligible after making 3 Grand Prix starts, including subsidising super sub for Kevin Magnussen in Haas in Brazil, while Bearman fulfilled one of Ferrari's 2 required FP1 slots during the Mexico City. His additional start means that Ferrari must now find another eligible driver. So Fernando Alonso has come out and said the Aston Martin felt like it permanently had a handbrake on. He said, "I think Lance had the brake problem in the formation lap. I hope he did, otherwise it all looked very silly." And he said, "And I had the brake issue after all the restarts where all the brake balance goes completely rearwards. It's like braking with a handbrake." So it was all in all a nightmare. But we need to get better for the next round. Absolutely, you guys do. Lawson, obviously, as you may have heard, he's claiming that McLaren wins shouldn't be marked with the British anthem. I don't know how serious it was. I think it was slightly tongue-in-cheek. We did a video about it. But nevertheless, Liam Lawson says he thinks McLaren victories in F1 should be marked by the New Zealand national anthem, which can be God Save the King. I completely understand. McLaren was founded by a New Zealander. Bruce McLaren was from New Zealand, but it has always been, as far as I'm aware, a British F1 team entry. It races under a British license. Charles Leclerc adds a stunning 830,000 custom Ferrari to his incredible car collection. Oh well, how the other half live. Next up, we have got Lewis Hamilton is not going to be on holiday, at least according to Fred Vassar. He said Ferrari in some ways was always in his thoughts, and now the stars have aligned. But he comes to win, not on holiday, and I'm convinced that we have everything to try. Absolutely you do. Now, here's the Verstappen news. Wolf reveals the Verstappen regret over huge Silverstone crash. Wolf said, "In retrospect, I should have just picked up the phone and called Jos and said, is he fine?" Now, Jos clearly would have told me that he was thinking about that situation, but that's fine. But I should have. As a father, called the father of the driver and just asked if he was okay, and I didn't. Now we clear the air on that one, and there are many more instances in that particular year that were not to the standards that we expect from each other. I like from each other because he's kind of still saying, yeah, both sides were really bad. I still say Silverstone, it was Hamilton predominantly at fault, but it was also Verstappen's refusal to get out of the way. Both of them could have avoided that, sadly, and it was fantastic that both of them were okay. So these are the constructor standings. Last story here, constructor standings 2023 versus 2024. If we look at last year, 822 at this point had Red Bull, and this year the top team is not Red Bull. In fact, they're third. I think Sergio Perez has got a lot to do with that. But McLaren are leading on 593. Mercedes were Mercedes were second on 392. They have 10 points less than this time last year. Aston Martin were in the same space though, 273, but to 86 though this year. Alpine, not good, but Williams were probably doing 11 points better than last year, as you can see. And last but not least is Kick Samba this year, but it was Haas last year. So, if you like what you see, please give us a subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. If you made it to the end, you're amazing. We will speak to you soon. See you later.